Hello, everyone. Welcome to chapter 227 on my RLDR Custom Creations YouTube channel. It is the weekly edition, and as you can see, I'm standing in my vehicle garage. So, we're not going to be doing a lot of woodworking in this one. But if you want to see what I'm up to, all you need to do is stay tuned. Yes, I'm in the vehicle garage again. And if you're hearing that fan noise in the background, that's the heater in here running. So sorry about that, but if I just wait with shooting until the fan shuts off, I don't want to do that. I want to do this and get this done. But anyway, I'm in the shop in the vehicle garage here today, taking on another project. Now, in we started the addition to our house. Our house was about 1,040 square feet. And when I built it, I planned we were going to sell it, we were going to keep moving. And then all of a sudden, we decided to get educated, and I got a teaching job here, and the house was a cheap place to live while we reestablished. But as I came to my retirement, I realized there are a few things that we wanted to have in this house. Number one, we wanted to have more or less everything on one level. So that meant moving the laundry upstairs. Well, we didn't have a spot for it. So basically, this garage addition is the last 26 feet of the house addition, which is just about 10 feet. So we added about, uh, I don't know how much, 250 square feet to the house. And then the garage finish size on the foundation is about roughly 24 by 26 or so. But so we have a nice storage area here. And of course, we always have stuff to store. But I've come to the realization as well that I've got so many things I need to build yet that it's time to start getting a little smarter about what I should build and what I should buy. And cabinets out in the garage, although it would be nice, often you're storing odd shaped things that maybe a cabinet isn't the best idea. So, as it turns out, um, we were in Costco about a month ago, and they had some more industrial style shelving units, and the price I thought was really good. So I thought what I would do in this video is show you one of them, and I have two of them here. But for the video, I think we'll just put one together and show you how that works. And I have another thing I'm going to add to it that I'll share when I get there. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to close this part off, and I'm going to show you the box and talk about it a little bit. I don't know too much about it. I haven't really looked at things, but I looked at the one set up in the store and I was quite impressed. And the price I thought was great. So let's take a look at what I bought and see how it goes together. All right, here it is. It's still in the box. I haven't done anything to it yet. This is an Atlas brand 4-tier industrial rack. The load limits on it are quite impressive, I think. 12,000 pound capacity, 5,443 kilograms. I don't think we'll get anywhere close to having that much weight on it. The nice thing about it, it's click together assembly. So this shouldn't take long. And it's got wire shelves for it as well. This unit is uh, 4 tiers high, like I said. Um, what does it say the dimensions are? We'll do it in inches. 77 inches wide, which is this way, I guess. 24 inches deep, which I really like. And 72 inches high. So 6 feet by a little over 6 feet by 2 feet. So there's a lot of storage there. And the bad thing about doing this with traditional cabinets would be that if we want to change what we store there, for example, we tend to buy things like toilet paper and oh, what do you call it? Paper, kitchen towel and stuff like that in the bigger boxes. Well, there's no place, you can't really fit that in a traditional cabinet. It would be difficult. So this way we can just throw the bag in and away we go. I think this is going to work really well. Um, like I said, I looked at the one in that was on display in Costco, and it looked really good. It looked really solid, and the price on this was $149 Canadian. And it was interesting when I was in the store because I noticed that they were starting to evaporate off that pile pretty quickly. So I thought, okay, I should grab two quickly and make sure I get them. So I went and got a big cart and I threw two on it. And I'd be driving around the store, um, continuing our shopping with Sheila, and random guys would come up to me and say, "Where are those things? How much are they?" And I'd say, "Well, they're over there. They're 159 or 149 each." "Oh man, that's a deal." And then all of a sudden they'd have a cart and they were pushing by me, kind of giving me the thumbs up sign. So it was obviously, most people consider this to be a really good deal. So I'm going to open this up and start getting this together. I hope I have the right tools in here for this, but try not to make too much mess. And Monday is our cardboard recycling day, so my timing here is good. Oh, there we go. Gotta watch that. That's so sharp. Okay, so that's done. Let's see if we can. Oh, look at that. It comes apart really nicely. Looks like it's packed really well. Instructions are here already. I can see them. I'm not going to get rid of them. Ooh, stickers and everything. Okay, well, we'll set this down here. We'll look at that all later. What's this? Oh, that's a tipping restraint. So I guess you're supposed to fasten these to the wall. That's not a bad idea. You wouldn't want this falling over on one of your grandkids or anything like that. Yeah, the instructions look pretty good. Nice pictures. I think I can work from those if I need them. Okay, on the top, okay, what's this? Okay, this is a support. This is a support, or an upright or vertical. I don't know if you're going to be able to see all that. Here are the shelves. I have a little bit of a problem with just wire shelves, because if you're going to take something like, I've been known to partake of the odd Diet Coke, and I tend to buy them for in the house consumption in 2-liter containers, and a 2-liter pop bottle does not sit properly on here. So I have a solution for that, though, that I'll show you later. So this, I'm just going to throw this off to the side here. There we go. That should be good. Oh, and this one splits. Okay, that's a good idea. I like that. As much as I'm not a big fan of wire shelving, they look like they're well built. They look strong. Okay, and here are the shelf rails. This looks like there's 2 of them. Yep. Ooh, nice and heavy. These things are not light. Okay, so we're just going to slide those there. But yeah, So these lock into, you can't see that, but they lock into the uprights, and that looks pretty good. It also looks like it will assemble quite quickly. So, okay, let's keep unpacking here. Had to move our car out to do this. That's okay. I needed to have it out of here anyway, get it running today. Sometimes in winter we don't use the car as much, and if I don't start it and drive it every once in a while, the battery tends to go dead. So, and I had made it dead again, and it was time to drive it and charge it up. So that's what I did a little bit of this morning in order to prepare to do this. Okay. Oh, there's another two. This is two shelves. There's another two wire racks down there. And I don't know if you need to see all of this. Maybe what we'll do is I'll turn the camera off and let me get ahead a little bit. But these are the side supports. Oh, I don't know what that would be for gauge of metal. It's decent. Like, I would say maybe 14 gauge, kind of a guess. But that, I think I could weld this, and that would be 14 gauge. 14 gauge weld's nice, but I don't need to. So anyway, we've got the short ones and then the long ones over here. And there's a whole other set of these yet, because I need another two sets actually. So yes, there are two sets in there. And then the uprights, and I'm missing a couple uprights. Oh yeah, they're on the other side of the box. So maybe what we'll do is I'll finish unpacking everything, and then I'll bring you back when I'm setting things up. How's that? Well, here we go. We're setting the one end together. I tried to speed this up to 5.5 times speed, and it would just buffer and buffer. It wouldn't do anything. So ended up slowing it down to 3 times the speed, and hopefully that's going to work. But yeah, this goes together really nicely. There's no hardware, no bag of bolts that you have to sort or anything like that. This is really nice. It's kind of a, I don't know how to explain it, kind of almost a dime-shaped raised piece on one corner, and then it slides into a keyhole slot. So the round part slides into the round part, and then you tap it down into the slot, and it works really good. Every once in a while I had to hammer things a couple times to make sure it went in all the way, but for the most part this was simple. Now this is the first one that I'm putting together, so I tried to edit out all the thinking parts and all that stuff. Now there isn't a lot of that stuff to put this together. It's really straightforward and basic. But some of the things that, I delved on a little bit. For example, here I'm getting ready to put that's the second top one in. But when I start putting the long supports kind of in between the top and bottom, you kind of have to make sure that your shelf spacing is correct, because this is about the best time to do it because it's all apart and you haven't moved it in. I tried measuring, I divided it evenly. The only mistake that I made is the rung that's at about 4 feet from the garage floor happens to be where my plug-ins in my garage are. So when I slid this thing into place, I realized that it was covering half of one of my plug-ins. So yeah, I can still use the plug-in, I just can't use the top half of it. So I didn't bother changing it. I was in a bit of a rush to get this done, so I just left it. And in the future, if I have to pull it out and change it again, that's easy to do. But everything locks together really nicely. And the other thing, I don't know if you'll notice this in the video, but it stays in place really well. Like it isn't all together yet, but I'm not worried about anything falling down or tipping over. It's really stable. And that is really helpful. So, yeah, this is the one I should have put at a different place. But, in the end, it is what it is. And I didn't know these things. It would have helped if I would have set this thing together exactly where it was going to be. If you can do that, that's a good thing to try to do. Now, I took a few things like I've got, I think, 5 or 6 pails of Stowe. That's acrylic stucco that I'm going to use on the playhouse when I get that far. And then the other thing was a pack of kitchen towel. We tend to buy our kitchen towel and toilet paper and all that stuff at a place like Costco where you get a big bale of it. And to be able to put this stuff in these shelves, I think is really, really a good thing. Now, the extra weight capacity on this thing, like I did mention it at the beginning of the video when I was reading off the box, I'm glad it's rated quite heftily because those pails of Stowe are not light. So, and I've got quite a few of them to go in there. So that's going to be a good place to store them. Now, hopefully, I'll get to use them up in the next summer or two, and then we'll have more storage space again. But yeah, things just you put that I don't even know really what to call it. I'll call it the rivet head and the keyhole, and then you tap it down into the slot, and all this goes together seamlessly. The only like all the rails that I'm putting in now, or actually now I'm putting in the cross pieces, but all the rails are basically the same. So it works really, really well. And the only one has the company name Atlas on it, and I put that so it's going to face the front, but it's not highlighted or anything. It's just black. So I don't know if anybody would even notice it. Here I am just clicking the end together, and then we're just about to the end of putting this thing together. It really doesn't take long. These things are really well done. The only thing, and I will mention it again later in the video, I wish they would have included some rubber feet for it to cover the post ends top and bottom. That is the only problem. But here I am. I'm just about done. And we're putting in the wire racks now. These wire racks are really quite good. They seem to be nice and sturdy, but I don't like wire racks, just the wire racks on these shelves. And later on in the video, I'm not going to spoil it now, but I have a solution to fix the problem that I run into with this shelving unit. But yeah, it went together super well. It's a wonderful piece of engineering. Things have come a long way. They used to just send you a bag of bolts and kind of IKEA style, you bolted it together. None of that here. So that's about it. Well, I have them both together. They go together really, really well. This didn't take terribly long at all. The second one went even faster than the first one because I knew exactly what I was doing. There are a couple of little problems with this shelf, though, and I think they're all fixable because they're all minor. And because it's such a great price to begin with, I would choose just to fix them rather than to, return them or complain about them. Number one, I wish they would have sent some rubber caps for the corners. These corners of the upright posts here, they're really quite sharp. And with and in fact I ordered them for my scroll saw stand. In fact, no, they're a little bit too big for this. They won't fit. And that's really the only oversight that I think maybe the manufacturer made. Other than that, this is a wonderful shelving system. But there is one problem that I have with it that may be unique to me, but probably not. But I'm going to share my solution to it. First of all, I'm going to show you the problem. Now, I have been known to partake of the odd beverage. I'm a Diet Coke addict. But you see, a bottle doesn't sit on the wire. Um, the plastic storage shelves are notorious for this as well. In fact, we're using plastic shelving temporarily in our pantry in the house, and my wife has covered those shelves with cardboard so that things like this don't happen and fall through. Now, if we're going to put a box down and put things in the box, that's different. However, I did come up with a relatively inexpensive solution. So I'm going to show you what that is. We're just going to get rid of this. What I did is I bought 2 sheets of 1/8 inch painted tempered hardboard. The reason I got the painted stuff is because that's what I use with my students for back or for our little grade 7 project. So I thought I'd have some extra here, so I may as well use it up with them. But anyway, these just kind of slide in. There we go. Let's try that again. Now everything sits nicely. So that was just one solution that I had and it didn't really cost all that much. I believe, oh, how much was this? I think it's about $25 a sheet. And I needed 4 sheets to do this. So it was an extra $100. But I think it makes the shelving much more usable. And I have never seen any shelving like this where these are completely covered. So, regardless of what shelving package you get, if you want that feature, you have to make an investment. Now, one thing that complements this is the wire structure is nice and solid. Like it really makes a nice solid shelf, even with just 1/8 inch material on it. So that is one thing that I added to this, and I thought it looked fairly good. So I'm just going to put it in all the shelves here, and then you can kind of see what it's going to look like. Wow, there you have it. Uh, I'm very happy with this. It looks nice. It's nice and clean. Um, it will handle a good heavy load, and that's exactly what we're looking for out here. Um, I did forget one other little drawback that I see on these shelving units, and normally it wouldn't cause a problem at all. Uh, when you want to move these into place, I hesitate to grab it by these shelves because you could actually pull them out of their slot, and that would cause them to disassemble to some degree. So I've been trying to grab like this, but this is really hard on the fingers because it's fairly thin metal. Now, is that a big problem? I really don't know. Because once they're in place, you're probably not going to ever move them again. So, maybe a little bit of a nitpicky thing, but nothing that would keep me from purchasing these shelves. This is a wonderful system for the price it was. I was very very happy. So after handling them as much as I did, putting the two together, what I can tell you, if you're interested in buying this particular one, this is an Atlas, by the way, and it's something that Costco. It was on sale in February, but I believe it was on sale all of February. We bought ours towards the end of February, and I'm not sure if it's something they stock all the time or not. But I've come to trust Costco. I like shopping there. Um, yeah, every retail store has its problems and issues, but I find at that store, in my opinion, they've minimized those things, which is great. So anyway, like I said, this is a lovely storage unit. We're going to put it to good use in here. The one byproduct of this is lots of cardboard left over. So luckily we have recycle day coming up fairly quick here, and I can get it off the back of my truck and away we go. But anyway, like I said, that puts an end to this one. A little bit different than my normal shooting, although, like I say, this channel is about what I'm doing. So some days we're in the shop, some days we're in this garage, some days we're out on the yard, wherever I go, and we're soon going to be out on the yard again because winter is soon going to be over. So anyway, with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found this informative. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you on the weekend edition. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet, but it might be something related to turning because next weekend we're hosting a burl turning class in my shop. So anyway, with that, have a good rest of the weekend. And actually, have a great next week.